lose in a 2-0 series using this to Nova the other day. It was not impactful in the slightest.
Talon on attack.
So maybe we'll see
Team Secret on defense.
I guess it depends. They are playing against a different opponent after all. But yes, you know, compositionally.
What are they meant to combo it with? I get that they're going to go damage, molly, and then fast dash into heaven.
Well, for Fracture.
But other than that,
Cyphers,
are we not just hoping that
always have to be
Primmy's going to individually own everyone?
And when you set up for an explosion like this and you see that your opponent's Cypher in Envy is playing a little bit far back and not on the site, well, you can just explode generally in towards it, and that's exactly what Talon are looking to do right now. It's going to be an A-site explosion and even a potential 5 versus 5 retake.
Oh yeah, look at this, instantly on towards the top, being able to break the camera.
Yeah.
Spike already planted.
Let's see what the retake's like.
Cruz, on the other hand,
they do delay the plant though.
South side spawn, he's sitting comfortably.
Salvas go in and they delay the plant.
The trip is aiding him as well, but he does get a little bit too curious, and you know what happens to Cat when he gets curious? Unfortunately, gets slain, and that's going to be Jesse Bash now straight into Sands. A little bit more space afforded for Team Secret to launch this retake. Talon desperately trying to hold on towards A main, and they're actually doing it pretty darn well, especially with Primmy on the corner right now. Killa
very nice. The two surviving.
The classics, finding the tap
Dude, I'm just hard. There's a 2v2 at the end.
It's a lovely round for Talon Komodo.
Yeah, starting off with a pistol as well. They weren't able to accumulate one over on Pearl, so you got to already be happy with that one as well. And it kind of is a little bit, you know, of a readable play. You break the trap wire, you get in towards the site. Yeah, you've got an overzealous peek from Cruz, but the rest of the team just make sure that the trades are all happening. The fact that Thai's able to get a couple in towards Sands as well, and then you do actually have Primmy.
If Jeremy had waited there, I think it's a different round.
Shooting, by the way, not actually using any abilities.
Like if Jeremy had waited and they realized that Sands were clear,
he really is that good.
Definitely different. Oh boy, the HUD. They kind of need to get rid of the HUD. But it's 1-0, and it's 1-0 on pistols. Like that's all we need to do.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Probably, I'm a support player.
No.
I wonder how long this is going to take.
You love your KO, but that said, it still is the outline.
Yeah, it's an easy one to see how much Primmy farms this.
Right now, as he slowly marches forward, just trying to gather info, is Team Secret, but they're getting denied it as well. While we fix our UI, Primmy's just going to continue to slay every single player down at least.
Okay, at least they might get a waylay all
Another Marshall off towards the back, a drop, and it just baits them into the positions that Jit Boys is looking for.
Oops, this is small.
Last player tucked inside, 2GE, shoulder spotted.
But
as the Marshall reloads, bolt action, a second shot found.
Damn, it's fast, dude. I was out here doing a HUD. I thought they weren't going to fix it for ages.
Getting closer towards your ultimates as well is always going to be really well placed.
And the whole round drawing.
Fracture is there's going to be so many ideas that we can see come out for Talon on this attacking side as well. So many single position pushes, so many splits and crunches, and for waylay positions as well, right? The combinations that you're able to come out with, I want to see some really good flashes. I want to see some really good stuns.
Okay, Primmy 2 away. Bonus is looking okay. Buy an extra gun into it. Money's looking really good as he goes for the stinger.
Use it,
and 2 kill trips. Let's see if they get anything for their 2 kill trips.
What they're looking to do,
and it's important here as well because this is actually where the Cypher is set up this time. So you got kill trips potentially even to play off, but actually that's not going to be placed. This is a copy-paste round. This is getting the plant, refracting out, and you're playing post-plant utility
and Team Secret have got to go real fast because the after-plant util is through the roof.
Yeah, we'll see if it does go to the winner's interview with Talon. But for now, Cruz marking the back this time, takes down Jesse Bash, spots out Jeremy as well, just as the smoke was about to bloom.
And they're going to speed up more on site here.
The other end, though, Team Secret will still be able to break through in from Arcade, in from Canteen perhaps even. Well, no, actually Canteen is where Team Talon are looking to play around, up around the bottom.
Wild Oreo goes half. I don't think the molly lands in time.
But yeah, it's kind of gone, taking too long.
Oh boy.
All the way through.
It was enough distraction that they couldn't actually get. Dude, the molly missed as well. It was enough distraction that they couldn't get anyone in the right positions for the afterplant. And then I will say that Wild Oreo did a lot here. He's the only person solo on site but managed to actually like clear it all and get half.
The fact that you've got Team Secret aware of the rotations, aware of actually how do we counter this? We'll get the kills on the players that are challenging us, get on the defuse and hold it, because that incendiary, yeah, it lasts for 8 seconds. It has travel time. It needs to get to the spike.
Flying down from the lineup. You know, I reckon Talon were trying to going through from tunnel, but they met a bit of competition from the other end by players like Envy. So good job from Team Secret as well as they continue to go for a bit of a pinch
They have
play.
no idea about the guy clause.
Fire right back against the push out from A
Really
main,
weird,
but
man.
here it
No
comes.
way,
A couple of
2G lost that?
and while
Wait, did
they're-
2G
we'll
get hit by the
find
ult and that's why he didn't get that kill, or did he just straight
the
up
leader
whiff?
of Talon finds some under his belt as well.
Yeah, costing Primi his ult though in the grand scheme of things there. So coming in towards a round later on, he won't have access to
He
that.
did get
but
ulted?
will
Okay, that makes
presumably
sense.
have access to,
There's no way he should be
Thunder or
losing
Strike.
that.
Maybe Cruz is able to get his Armageddon as well. So this is a pretty good start for Talon, even though they do drop the bonus round. They managed to navigate the secondary one after that, right? And, well, they pushed Team Secret onto a bit of an eco.
Oh yeah, quite efficient.
Yeah, absolutely.
Team Secret after the eco, it's definitely going to be tough, especially with the Bucky on Jesse Vash. I would imagine it would be on Jeremy, but we'll see how they play this out.
No replays? I think production's mounting a little bit.
And
there's some PCs on fire or something.
Right? Just that one rep that Pilsky was highlighting to previously, and we haven't seen this for Team Secret since 2020.
Draw the replay? Yeah, I don't really have that one.
Previous Team Secret roster, actually. Yeah, it is very unknowing on what Team Secret are actually going to be coming out with as well, right? So it's kind of questionable on
Team
both
Secret might get a
sides,
good
and it
time.
really
Okay.
does mean that
I was wondering if they were gonna go
it really
like
does mean that
quiet
there's a
here.
lot of a promise on.
I mean,
making
that's
sure
a
you're
gun to
rounding
pick up. There's a
your
Bucky
ideas
down
in
as
this
well,
map
and the
are built
spike
into the
just
map.
went across.
Through that.
Oh god.
And speaking of that,
Oh
it's gonna
my,
be
that was
a bit of
nearly a
mid-round play. Just
disaster.
trying to greed for a little bit more, but unfortunately does get gunned down. His teammates now trying to go in and collapse even further through. Unfortunately, we'll get hit by
Yeah,
a
Wild
fault line.
Ori can at least pick up the
Getting
Bucky.
gunned down. Now, Primi
Oh,
off
dude,
towards
they
the
were
other
gonna go
end with the
back
outlaw,
into the Bucky.
taking
That
down
would have been
teammate.
insane
That's
if
gonna
Wild
be
Ori
Side
didn't
open.
peek that.
Yeah. How's Envy gonna play this?
Well, I wonder if they actually heard the camera pop open as well over there to know that he would be over towards that B site. But I mean,
Got a
with
bit
this layer
greedy.
of
There's a couple of
utility
people that got greedy, to be
I'm
honest.
assuming they didn't 100% know.
There was like,
Again,
there's
aside
actually
from
multiple
actually being
opportunities
near their
for
utility, so they're just
someone to like
making sure
tuck
they're
in a
top nines,
pause
crossing
there to
T's
win
at
the
moment
rounds.
that Envy wouldn't be on
I
the
think the
site.
Jesse Vash stuff is
It's just a
fine.
classic, by the way. So there shouldn't
But I think that
be
2G
a
could have
world
tucked
in
in.
which Envy's
I
able
feel
to
like
do
Wild
this.
Ori
I
could have
was
tucked in.
Gathering that maybe he would have gone through Southside spawn to pick up some weapons anyway, and I guess, Ty would be marking those positions as well, so it is tough for Envy nonetheless.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing for him to kind of jump on down and try to get a tail end kill on this round. Thai and Killua already both have their ultimates. If he does lose his life towards Primi, I mean, you're giving him one orb.
Okay, at least looking for the exits.
Yeah, now he's just going to go up with Spike.
Yeah. Not much else to
Yeah,
do.
it's the right thing to do.
Just trying to
Got
time
an
it at
armor out of
least.
them at least.
But nonetheless, a very successful round from Talon.
Yeah, really well done. Besides, losing Cruz and Jitways to the Eco, to the Bucky, and the Vandal that gets pilfered over. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good start for them. Really want to start to see this defensive side from Team Secret work a treat. When you're playing on towards the Cypher on one of these sites, you still need some sort of involvement from the rest of your team. Fracture's not a map that you can kind of just stand still on this defensive side. You generally want to see some contest around what are the 4 choke points around the map.
Very much so. But I do love that, this is the discipline that we're seeing from Talon. It's a bit of an eco round, but they're not just going to chaotically across. I mean, this is a map where things can get a little bit out ahead sometimes.
Yeah.
And Talon are doing
What are we
so far,
changing up? They go for a
Well,
4-1.
there's respect that they can get out
Team
through
Secret
tree.
kind of keep everything
They wanna
exactly
try and
the
get in
same.
towards the B site though, and they do it normally. They're gonna have to try and break the tripwire.
Now talk to me about this. I see Jeremy closer towards A main, and no util up around until the stealth drone goes out. It's Talon quick back in
Smoke, and they
towards B,
path
and they've done
towards
this before.
spawn.
Our
Yeah,
Team Secret
with the
are expecting
waylay.
this.
Waiting for a bit
Clear
of a
all
contact
of this
play
with the
over towards
info,
A side
and
of
then-
things, but they're not
Hey,
met
this
with
is
it
kinda
to
nice.
explode in towards it. Now they have to go in towards the B site where we're having counter rolling thunders come in and the
Oh my goodness.
Armageddon towards the tower location. So Primi
Dude,
and
imagine
Thai
his
are gonna be able
tail ult
to
was in the right
dodge that
position.
one.
That's 2
There are
kills.
elsewhere.
Jesse
Yeah,
Vash
closer
just kind of
towards
missed it. There's a
arcade.
gap
Jesse
in
Vash,
heaven
though,
to hide.
able to fire back as well. Maybe able to claim tower off of that. But now, Shit Boys out from spawn will be able to find something as well. Down to it at the very end. It's just the spike not quite yet planted, but also Team Secret trying to stabilize themselves all towards defender spawn.
And Thai, he's got the orbital strike, so Jeremy
That
he has to
timing's
play with all of
wild.
his years of experience and expect
Ooh,
where
that's
Thai
wild
might
as
be
well, the gun
playing
blocked
from.
him.
The relay bolt goes
Dude,
on in.
look
They're
what's
trying to
going
roll
on.
him a double stun again. He's taken
Double
down
stun.
to the priority for time.
And
because
they get out and
Buck
create a
doesn't
crossfire.
match the
They
plan.
stick together. No crossfire. A couple of low HPs.
Go in for it. And look at this high-low setup. Oh, almost an opportunity
close,
though until
man.
Jeremy
Close.
goes in
Team
for
Secret
the
should have won the
peak.
round anyway. There was
Cruz
just a
little
missed
bit
ult on
unfortunate at
Heaven.
end,
The
but
combo was
still
actually really cool.
A close round nonetheless.
They just messed up the ult.
Had the spike been
And then,
planted before
damn,
the
they kind of got saved by Jeremy here.
Or rather,
So I
while
thought that guy was
going to
win the 1v2.
And the Armageddon came on out as well. You know, in the little lull of play that was there. A different story could have been said at the end of that one, but really nicely done from Jeremy and Coda. Just double up at the end of that one. Wild Oreo, loses his life, but you got to be happy, right? Your teammate got the trade. At the end of the day, there's a clutch to come on through from them. And Team Secret, they're not bowing down and really losing control of this map.
Okay, Neon.
Being able to keep themselves
Neon ult.
Now though, letting those rings loose.
Jitboy
It's gonna be Jeremy
stays.
in with the overdrive, going for a bit of a pinch play on towards north side spawn. Jitboys
Sure. I mean,
will
he'd
be
be
able
great.
to answer back. But still, Jeremy pretty much so far so good. Meanwhile, on the other end, reading that pinch play, it's going to be Talon.
Invi committed so hard, and then Cruz is making a play because he has low HP. And honestly, this play of clearing all the spawn wins in the round for sure.
Really afforded the ability when you've got an orbital strike and an Armageddon faced in this round.
The only way they lose is kind of if 2G manages to get a kill and get his ult, but
he is smoked off though, 2GE.
The thing is, Dying Cruz, they can play really deep. They don't have to be anywhere near the site.
Hence, just playing these positions. Kill out from tower as well.
Talon looking
Actually,
good.
all the kills were
looking good for
picked up
sure.
all the way from this tower position.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
Win one,
for
lose
Team
one,
Secret to
1-9
go
loss
for a retake
bonus
like
coming
that,
in.
but
Team
you've got
Secret
two
gonna have
players
to
that
eco
don't need to play
Talon,
into the
looking for
action.
like what,
And then
9
the other two
maybe?
that are still alive can just play off
Looking good
each
for
other.
9,
They can
8 at
peek out through
least.
tower. They can peek out around the side. They can just deny time, right? They don't have to technically commit for a fight at the end of that one. So really well done for Talon to just quickly adjust in towards these rounds with these key abilities that they do have. They'll still back the round when they lose one over towards Team Secret, and they'll push them back on towards an eco round.
That is where Talon does get to possibly feel a little bit more comfortable as well. I mean, look at their ultimates cycling through. They haven't needed to use them yet.
Just another scenario where Team Secret are going to try and gather some A-main control, and Talon don't care.
It's always been this successful B take thus far, but still, now with the trips,
Pretty nice from
now
Talon.
with the smokes, they are starting to
They have a
delay
lot
things
of
just a bit
strats based around
Just get a
all
little
like
peek
that
on
they can go
Jitboys
into
as
from the
well.
4-1
Making
default.
his way up through
And the 4-1
the
default's still
drop
super
position.
strong as well.
See if
With
there's
the
any
map control
idea
here,
that
they
could
call their
actually
team
be
over,
there.
and we go
Oh,
for the
wow.
4-1 that we saw earlier.
Did Cruz just avoid that stealth drone?
They have an idea that Jitboys was here. He's not going to be able to be answered with, rather, because it's just the pistols.
Oh, they don't know.
It's okay.
A little bit of positioning. Unless Cruz falls to the weapon, but no, okay, so far so good. Those are going to be the kills as well as the positions being
Okay, Team
secured.
Secret
And a
probably,
very successful
Probably needs a
take.
timeout.
Cruz even hanging on back
and then
for
it must
the
be so
rotation
tempting to
coming
go
through.
for a
Tap found, and all that's
south
left
side
is just
crunch.
Flawless round to come on through from Talon.
I don't know if they want a
Feels like
south side
there's
crunch or
a
if you
very
just,
big
if
confidence
you know they're
difference from how
4-1ing
they're
the whole
playing around this
time,
map as well
and the
compared to
fact
first one
that
as well.
Jitboy
I
stayed
reckon that
earlier,
they might have not known that
like
was
I would
actually
probably
gonna
be
picked
tempted
out
to
by
north
Team
side
Secret,
crunch, I'm
given
not sure.
relevant
They have a
history
lot
on
of
that map,
ults.
but, hey,
enough.
when
Lot
you're
of
dealt a
ults to
hand
go
and
up
you've got to try
against.
and act in towards the map, sometimes it does get away from you. We see it in all of those consecutive rounds at the tail end that Team Secret were able to find, right? A lack of reps for a new roster, but this map here feels
I
like
like
there was a
the
game plan
Waylay or
that
the
they
Neon
expected it
more
to
in
not
this.
be banned
I
out
like
with
the
new
Neon
map
more,
rule
but
changing around from,
I like what they're
Team
doing with the
Secret.
Waylay.
And yeah, you know, they've got their own preparations to come in towards this, and so far it feels like Team
They put a
Secret
lot
have
of work
either
into this.
not
It's
not
like
seen
night
this
and day
competition before, because we've only
in
seen
comparison
EG
to
play
their
this exact
fracture.
comp, and you know they're coming up against a Waylay, right? They also haven't seen that, so there's a lot of these different variables that they really do have to consider in the map itself, and now rely upon new Tier 1 coach in Meow to kind of figure things out too here.
Yeah, lovely to see the timeout being called by Meow, and we'll see how effective it can truly be for Team Secret. But at the very least, right now, you know, we can say for sure it is still pretty lovely to see Primi play onto the Waylay. You know, maybe not too much in terms of effective
The
utility
Magnum
just
transfer,
yet, but
it makes a
still,
lot of sense.
the way that he's able to dash in the
That's
sides
where
to spike
Magnum kind of
plants,
performs best in his
you
role.
have to imagine it does
You say about the
mentally
Kamek
condition Team
stuff?
Secret into
I don't really
trying
know
to
the ins
defend
and
the
outs of
B-side
it,
a little
but you
bit
got to
further,
remember
and
that
that's when
Same with Vitality as well. Liquid and Vitality have been playing for like 5 months, even though we only see a team for like, what, a month? So if they feel like they can change a player and it's going to be better for in-game, out-of-game, just the team in general, then it's a good time to do it.
When are they going to be here? They're not here.
Well, not entirely here, but still watching the site. Team Secret at least. Convergent paths, though. Look at the
They're doing this a lot. Double smoke here. They get info. They clear this, and then they just go over towards site. Ult stops the plant. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, sure. The Brim ult at least stops them from flooding in. And because they do this, they have another Brim smoke. And then they Brim smoke.
Hello, 2 quick ones.
As well as those shots in towards tower, the kill trip being broken.
Well, dude, 3v5, they put an ult into it.
As to where some of the Talon players might be. Armageddon being sent through as well, just to buy a little bit more time and space for Talon. Chitboy snuck through his own cage, right up from behind. He's infiltrated the base. He's looking for further shots, but there it is. A bit of a stun, a bit of a shot front from 2GE, and now it's just down to the post-plant utility from Talon. Incendiaries and shots being sent through from
Bro, the first 2 was really, really clean. We got a 5 HP, we got a 14 HP. And it's looking like a one-sided map into a one-sided map.
Orbital strike dropped to buy a little bit of time.
The first 2 shots were really nice. And this time they're actually like in the right positions with not too much pressure, so they could do their lineups.
Repositions, absolutely unexpected, but just at the end here as well, that's 3 gun-equipped players that he's just able to dispatch of quite convincingly. So really well done from him.
Yeah, I like this.
You've gained the lead.
Okay, there's every single time Talon's doing a 4-1.
Secret onto an eco.
And then now they're just going to do the damage, and then he goes heaven, I guess. Also, I will say every single time they know that they eco, Primy's just getting the outlaw out.
Tucked away behind sneaky positions.
Yeah, it's a bait play at the moment. Get out the stun, double peek on out, but it's absolutely played by Talon. There's more members in the backline to swing, so they're even potentially reading the possibility of these little strats to come on out. Jeremy, yeah, good for 1 at the end of this one here, Quack, but that's pretty much all she wrote.
Couldn't agree more. Well said, Komodo.
Got the truth. Killua? Yeah, Killua looks incredible.
Insight. I mean, everything was just fully red, even down to the final kill. Just Envy. And we do have Chitboy somewhat marking his position. Footsteps heard, and that should be the headshot to the very end.
Very, very nice. And it's nice to see the Talon have like a mix-up. It's the first time really that we've seen the... First time we've seen like the 4-1 default from here.
They are providing a lot more in terms of assistance with their utility as well.
Yeah, in a map like this as well, you're really wanting them to make sure that their utility is the focal point of their assistance, right? You never want them to be the one finding all of these kills and shining for any sort of entry, right? If they're setting up their utility right, you're getting a spike plant down, you're getting the kills to open, and they're finding their main kill value at the end, right?
Absolutely, and it's just
first time they've actually started heavy
right now, especially with the 3, I should say, newer players at the top of the scoreboard. Right now, though, Jeremy looking to deny any entry opportunities with his own op.
Yeah, they spot the op though. Spot the op. Cool is to go back over towards here.
Good camera.
It's a very nice camera. Does get spotted though.
For Team Secret, but what can you do on the back of it at the moment? You've got a great rotation towards this A site, and all the utility starting to come on down. Does anyone jump into the trip at the moment? Can you try and find the kill on the back of it? The answer is going to be no. As Chitboys and Crews start off the party. Look at all the trades at the moment.
And at the same time, that's just going to be Talon looking to get the spike down, but it's been lost. Incendiary instantly deployed by 2GE.
It's still kind of doable. It's up to Primy.
Away. Smokes still at hand. Thigh trying to mark positions with crosshair placement, but ooh, good little flashpoint. Primy for the trade. And he comes back in, goes for the taps.
Very nice.
Just can't deny the
Team Secret can't even win the 1v2s.
Finds the 9th for Talon.
Gotta let him know.
Volta_Val with the prime. Thank you, the 18 months. Thank you, thank you.
Role of the duelist, and he's certainly having value here, which, I mean, for our Waylay lovers, sure, we'll give him that. But you got to hit your shots, right? When you're out of your abilities, you've got to hit your shots, and that's exactly what Primy is doing at the moment. It's not just, hey, new flashy agent, let's abilities and let's make it all chaotic. Waylay is definitely an agent that you got to be crispy with, and Primy
one last round of the smoke,
pathing
into late smoke.
after his teammates have dumped
Canteen. Looks like it.
Same thing right now, looking to...
Yeah, path.
Slightly different treble path
Clear all of this, get out of there, and this time we're
Canteen,
faking it. Rotate goes in. Wow, this
It's all
is
the bait
nice.
at the moment.
That's right.
They're trying to set
They
it up.
invested
They're
the 2
stalled out by the
smokes,
sky smokes at the
and
moment. So
they
if
did
Team
clear this
Secret
fast,
actually did
though.
what they'd normally been doing and
It
posted
might be
Jeremy up on the
overcooked
line
here,
here.
just purely
If he had
because
an
they
operator,
cleared
for
this
example,
info
round,
very,
maybe
very
Sheriff on the back,
fast.
he's got the overdrive to play with. It would have been gorgeous, but all of the utility to start for the stall. Rolling Thunder with Armageddon, not going to find
It's a shame.
kill value.
They ended up like...
But they are going to start to get in towards
They ended up not comboing well at
Look
all.
at this, just quick enough, and
Like this was you could put 2 rounds together.
Overdrive denied.
What was the round? Was
the bait setup
okay, I think it's G2.
And it's all being read. Team Secret trying to
G2 did a maybe I should make a short about this. G2 did a combo of the breachal into tail, and it's like all about direction of the breachal, right? You want it to be pushing them into somewhere that's like the opposite of your tail ult. This one was like the same direction as the tail ult, so it just kind of sped them out of it.
I mean, you got no money going into the next round. You're not even afforded.
Okay, this is nice though from Talon. This was a very nice half.
10-2.
A lot of cool stuff. Very chill, methodical. Looks like if they don't get kills or certain things, they like if they take space over towards dish, they can group go dish heavy, and then they go for the 4-1.
It certainly feels like
It looks like they have a lot of protocols. Looks like they have a lot of protocols, and also they just play the map a little bit different. Like their default's the same as what most people used to do back in the day, but like this whole B hit thing they're doing is really cool. And also it's like you don't want to play Heaven because of the pressure of how everyone else plays the Teo breach means that you don't play Heaven. They didn't really bombard Heaven with util that much, and they can do that next time they play
Very
this.
much so. I mean, how many times do
It's a
we
strong
see,
map for them.
a bit of a hit into the B side and then a mid-round call over onto A. It was a bait setup in the previous one, but some of the previous rounds as well, they did just that.
And not too many adjustments either from Team Secret that are working for them as well, right? You got a couple of bait setups over towards Arcade. The operator, I don't even know if it got any value to come out from Jeremy. It felt like they were just dodging it every single time when he's on towards A main. I mean, we never saw an early A main take to come out from Talon. And I don't mind it. It's a very common position that you're going to get a duelist on. You're going to get a trap play with Breach, Jeho, Neon, Utility.
You are right, but I think this map is like one of the maps where you get rewarded so much for going aggro on your defense that you can just kind of send it at the beginning.
For Team Secret,
but still, on defense.
The map's not yet over.
Like they could just be going for crunches on defense the majority of this.
Boys nearly able to hit the prestigious ranks of the 1,000 kills in Pacific.
Almost.
If he gets 2 kills, he'll get there.
Come on,
minimum 3 rounds left in this map.
He's going to hit it at one point or another, but for now, we're looking for some rounds for the side of Team Secret. Straight into its A main, as well as Dish. A bit of a trade being found, but it does alert Talon as to what Team Secret's intentions are, and Team Secret will fall at the hands of Cruz, as well as Thigh, instantly marking it all down. Shots with the Ghost, haunting down Team Secret as we head on towards
it's going to be a fast one.
Map point.
It's going to be a fast one.
Yeah, potentially so. You generally expect that in towards the second round when you
2-2 overall for pistols, 2-0.
This, right? No real credits coming your way as the hacking side of Team Secret.
Wow, that was found inside the smoke.
Expecting them to force up in towards this one to have a shot at getting back in towards this map as well, because now you had the 6 rounds in a row from the tail end of the second half.
Uncompetitive maps, but this was always going to happen with Talon, right?
On this map,
but like, new team, you're probably going to heavy focus like 4 maps, have 2 bans, and just hope the other map doesn't get picked at the beginning.
For now,
you want to at least heavy focus 2 maps and have like a set pick.
Judge play out for Jit Boys on the top of B tower, and he's marking everything.
You can tell the practice difference time-wise between Fracture and Pearl.
Jeremy off the other end, and there it is. 999 kills, and that's the 1,000th for Jit Boys. On the other hand, though, Cruz continuing to hold down True alongside Primi with that Outlaw, denying any potential entry.
It was the Force Bite.
Even with the Force, Envy though, close range.
Very
pick
dominant.
Up the weapon, has to reload, and with that reload, Jit Boys might be able to circle closer in. Jump shot in with the Judge, has a couple more pellets through. Primi looking to lock down the angle as well. Kill on towards the other end. Envy just trying to go in for that sneaky strafe shot just to try to steal the kill away, if anything. You got 40 seconds, dude.
Yeah, but he's stuck. That's the problem right now. He's stuck and they're playing a double lineup and he's not going to be able to do anything. Killer for the
10
ending
chances.
on that one. The force by
10
attempt,
chances and they
got
got 2,500
feels like they really
basically.
haven't been able to find their footing on this map of Fracture here just yet, from offense to defense. Or the other way around rather. And yeah, now map point in towards Fracture.
Very much so. 12-2. You gotta imagine you're just not gonna be able to go into the next round with anything. Honestly, you can't really afford too many weapons. So it's definitely gonna be tough against a Talon that's feeling this rejuvenated, especially with Jit Boys up to 1,000 kills all across Pacific.
Ooh. Yeah, and Primi just taking that outlaw from the previous round as well. Envy dead to right, it's down for the count. Little by little, things start to really feel dark at the moment for Team Secret.
He's actually out of there.
Yeah, quite so. Oh,
okay.
Off with the outlaw as well.
Probably the most dominant map I've seen. The stage one.
That is quite the scoreline.
That was
final score on the map.
Very one-sided.
Yeah,
very drilled on this map. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of new stuff.
Fracture, a map that we didn't really see from them as a liked map whatsoever. Maybe